treating babies and children with acupuncture and dietary advice. treatingchildren.com.
I vaguely remember reading in the Neijing somewhere a couple of sentences to the effect that if your child's voice is very faint, they must be very ill, and if you can't hear your child at all, they must be dead. Well, that applies to a certain extent to acute disease, but of course not to a chronic situation or a long-term situation. In a long-term situation, if your child's voice is quiet, well, yes, something's up. If you can't hear them at all, then that means real trouble. They're up to real trouble somewhere. So I remember when we hadn't heard my second son for quite a while, I thought, oh dear, what's going on? And went upstairs to find that he was watering the flowers on the carpet. So by that time he'd emptied 2 whole bucketfuls of water on the carpet. Well, in the case of ADHD, if you can't hear if your child's voice is faint, it may mean that your child has had acupuncture recently. And if you can't hear your child at all, well, then it's fantastic. They must actually be, for the first time, sitting down to do their homework. So acupuncture is really just fantastic for treating ADD and ADHD. And not really many people have the confidence to do this. I have a friend who lives quite close who sort of knew that acupuncture could help, didn't really know how the way forward. So anyway, this webinar that I'm going to give is to show people the way forward, give them a clue what to do, when it's appropriate to use needles and really strong and vigorous treatment, when that's completely inappropriate, and when you should use moxa, or indeed if you should invest in a laser possibly for the children who are too sensitive really to be touched, hardly at all, certainly not by needles. So anyway, that's the talk that's coming up. I hope you'll join us, or if you don't join us, you can watch it again on a replay.
So I do hope you have time to join Dr. Julian Scott for this free training course treating ADHD with acupuncture and dietary advice. All you need to do is enter your name and email address to be given free access to this course. We do hope you enjoy this training.